Two teams with championship hopes square off tonight when Kemba Walker's Celtics visit Houston to take on James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and the small ball Rockets. Stephen A., I'll start with you. Which All-Star has a better shot at making the finals this year?
I think it's James Harden.
Okay.
The miniature Kemba Walker, who's sensational, got a lot of love for him. I think Boston showed us what they're capable of when they're going up against those trees in Milwaukee. I just think it's a little bit too much for them to overcome. And even though Max has made a religious argument about how James Harden needs to do better in the postseason, I think we all know, if James Harden were to make shots in the postseason the way he does in the regular season, what the hell are you going to do about that? This dude, listen, he's averaging 35 this year. He's one of the prolific scorers this game has ever seen. If the shot falls like that in the postseason, they can beat anybody.
Yeah,
we all know that.
I agree with that. I think that Harden has a championship in there somewhere. If he can do that, he hasn't shown that he can yet. Meantime, he's in a conference where Los Angeles is fielding two teams that are like, the Lakers are doing it in the regular season.
Yes.
The Clippers, we all know, they're not even too worried about the regular season. You see what's there. It's just a tougher conference. The Celtics, meantime, Stephen A., when they've been healthy, they basically don't lose. They win almost all the time when they're healthy. And without Kyrie in the locker room, when you add Kemba, and we see the issues in Brooklyn now, Kemba's uplifting the locker room. Hayward's back from injury and now a year removed from a catastrophic injury. Tatum and Brown have now blossomed. This is a really, really good team. Celtics are really, really good. I think Kemba has a better shot. Easier conference.
I think they're a great regular season team. I think in the postseason, when you run into those trees, it's a problem for them. I know they are a perimeter team anyway, but when you're forced to do that come postseason time, I think it's significantly more difficult.
They're both underdogs.
Are we jaded when it comes to James Harden's scoring ability? Are we talking enough about the fact he's averaging like 36 points per game?
We're not talking enough about it because James Harden's exceptional play, it's gotten to a point where it's working against him. Because now it's become ordinary to us. We see it, we expect it, we know how phenomenal he is. Okay, you need to do that in the postseason. That's what it's come down to.
I believe, I'm not sure about this, but it's a theory a hypothesis I have. It could be proven wrong, I don't know. But like Peyton Manning, Greg Maddux, the pitcher in baseball, they never did as well under pressure in the playoffs as they did in the regular season. I think Harden's like that. When you have a cerebral player who's getting by on some junk, on some misdirection. In the regular season, when there's not enough time to prepare, they can pick you apart. But in the playoffs, when they have time to prepare and you're facing other elite athletes, they're cerebral too, and they got the hard heat. I don't think Harden is the athlete that Kawhi is, that LeBron is, and they're just as smart as him. So I think he's at a disadvantage in the playoffs.
Max, is Harden's best chance at an NBA championship behind him?
No, you can't say that because if they keep Daryl Morey, he's capable of working magic.
Here's my problem, and I'm a fan of Daryl Morey, and I think he's done a good job, and I hope that he stays in Houston for years to come. But let's be very, very clear. You don't get to hold just the players accountable sometimes. At some point in time, as an executive, you're knocking on the door, you're knocking on the door, you're knocking on the door. Is what you're doing working? Is D'Antoni the right man for the job? I think Mike D'Antoni is an exceptional coach. My problem is, will his style of coaching deliver you a championship? It'll deliver you 50-plus wins a season. It'll get you a couple of rounds in the playoffs. But can it deliver the chip? Mike D'Antoni.
With a D coordinator?
Mike D'Antoni has been a head coach in the National Basketball Association for many years. He's never been in an NBA Finals. When do you start asking those questions about him and Morey?
All right, we asked a question to the fans on Twitter. They weighed in. We said, would Kawhi have had a better chance at a championship if he just stayed with the Raptors? And you guys said, 59% said yes.
Oh.
Should have stayed in Toronto. But he's going to be all right with the Clippers.
I don't feel that way. He went to L.A. He did the right thing.
He's warm.
What was the question?
Better chance in the finals.
Kemba Walker, James Harden?
Yeah.
The answer is Giannis.
I prefer to wait till the All-Star break to just let it breathe for a